present the research of my research team called Relationships Among Socioeconomic Affluence, Yard Management, and Biodiversity. The world is urbanizing each time more, and we see in this graph how the rate of urbanization is increasing in the world, and with that, people's contact with nature and access to ecosystem services is shifting from wild areas to their yards. But our society has a lot of socioeconomic inequality and cultural diversity, and it will influence how people can access the ecosystem services, and it will also cause an unequal impact in the supply of ecosystem services. Some people will use more water, more fertilization than others, have a different impact ecosystem, and it causes some considerations about the socio-environmental injustice of all this situation. The main research question that we are going to address in this research is what influence people's design and management choices in their yard. And from the literature, we guess that it will be related to socioeconomic affluence, to lifestyle and cultural values, and also from the expectations from neighbors that may lead some people to manage their front yards in a little bit different way than their backyards that are not being seen from neighbors. And all this may affect the patterns of biodiversity in the yards and the ecological context. We made a survey in Gainesville in Florida in 4 neighborhoods. We got to 102 responses. People reported how many species they have in front yard and backyard, and also their maintenance practices in the yards. We coupled this data with water usage data from H2O Save portal and socioeconomic data from Alachua property appraisal. We see here in this map these 4 communities, and there is one community with lower property value, another one that is richer with higher property value, and 2 communities with internal inequality. One of the questions were about, we asked people to rank the different activities that they do in the yards related to each other, how intense they do. And I will focus in these 2 activities, raking leaves here and low fertilization, that are the ones that we are going to use to test how they manage the nutrient inputs in their lawns. For that, we build a structural equation model to see how the socioeconomic variables relate to nutrient management. We use house value, house size, and parcel acreage as surrogates for socioeconomic influence, and we saw that when the variables increase, there is an increase in raking leaves intensity, so people take out the leaves and don't let the nutrients incorporate in the soil. But on the other hand, they increase low fertilization, both in relation to other activities and also in relation to the frequency. We also use the same index of socioeconomic affluence to water use, and we saw that the higher is the socioeconomic affluence, people irrigate more, and they use more sprinkler, automatic in-ground irrigation, and they use less rain harvesting techniques in barrels and cisterns. So the overall pattern is that people with higher socioeconomic affluence use more natural resource for the yard management, but the rate of explanation, as you see, like 37%, 32%, is not so high. We expect that because human society is very complex, and it's a challenge to explain. We did not expect to explain everything just with a few variables. And the next step, we try to do a redundancy analysis to see how the socioeconomic variables relate to nutrient management variables in more detail without the use of these indexes, using redundancy analysis that is used in ecology more to relate environment with species, but we thought, oh, we can use that for socioeconomic data too. And we saw that parcel acreage is more related to fertilization frequency, while raking leaves is more related to property values and house size, and fertilization intensity is like middle of the way. And when we use, we don't use these indicators of the structure equation model, the percentage of explanation goes down to 14. What we were really interested is how much of the spatial information can explain this socioeconomic effect. So we use the information about where is each property located, like in the 4 neighborhoods, and with that we were able to explain a great part, more than a half of the effect of the socioeconomic variables. But going to another scale, like trying a nested approach, we thought about let's just divide between east and west, because in the east there are 2 communities close to downtown with different lifestyle and cultural values than in the west, that is more the typical suburban landscape, a little bit further from the downtown. And just with this separation we could explain almost everything that the information about the 4 neighborhoods was explaining. And so with another way would be to focus in just one community, Greater Northeastern Community, that is the one that is closer to downtown, and it would already explain a great part of the effect. With that we just saw like how in different scales we can simulate what is the effect of the space on the socioeconomic explanation, how it overlaps with other possible cultural patterns. We also compared the property value with reported plant species richness, and we couldn't find any evident relationship. But when we separate the number of species that people report between people that don't hire or hire maintenance for their front yards, it also did not show so much difference. But when we look to the backyards, then in the mean that was some difference. And then to test that we used the cumulative link model, that is an adaptation of the linear model for ordinal variables, and we used the 4 neighborhoods information, spatial information, as nominal effects to see. Actually it's like running 4 models, one for each neighborhood, and see how it explained better the 4 models at the same time. And so we saw that there was no evidence for front yard, but there was for backyards, and it was like 1.82 times more likely to report less species richness in the backyards maintained by professionals. And for people more interested on this, I would recommend to see the poster of my colleague Casey Russo. She investigating deeper the relationships of species richness in these neighborhoods, and it's in this Congress, in our annual meeting now. You can take a look there. As a conclusion, we see that socioeconomic affluence increases natural resource consumption. The yard biodiversity is less related to socioeconomic affluence in our area, but is more related to maintenance style and aesthetic preference, like people that want their backyards to look like exactly like their front yard, or other people that in the backyard they like more to do hands-on job and plant a lot of species like this as their personal collection. And we saw that the socioeconomic patterns may partially overlap the cultural spatial patterns too. Regarding the theme of this session, we think that structural equation modeling is a promising technique for socio-ecological system because of the systemic approach, but still lacks some extensions to incorporate spatial information. We think that redundancy analysis can be used with socioeconomic and ecological data together to relate this kind of information, and the variance partition can be used in nested spatial design that are very common in socioeconomic data. And the cumulative link models have a good potential to be used with ordinal data from surveys, citizen science, that are being used a lot to integrate ecology and socioeconomics, and they can incorporate space as nominal, random, and scale effects, so they may be very useful. As next steps, We want to expand our survey to other neighborhoods with other characteristics and test like if neighborhoods with homeowners associations are different than the one that do not have. We want to see the relationships of the socioeconomic variables between the perceived and actual biodiversity in each yard. And we want to test other statistical approaches for spatial analysis of socioecological systems like dimensionality reduction techniques and cluster analysis. Thank you very much, and I'm open for comments.